So, speaking of have not seen, it's time for us to move on to that. And this part of the video is where I uh, uh, vindicate Justin's feelings about
Validated. You
Halloween.
absolutely valid. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm glad you chose to do this one first because that 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 I have a question for you. So okay, first say what it is first, and then I'm gonna ask you my question.
So, my thing with I watched the 2018 Halloween movie for those who didn't pick up on
Okay.
it, but
Oh, what the? Hey! Sorry about that! Oh, yeah! Sorry!
40 years ago, on Halloween night, Michael Myers murdered 3 people.
After that horrific night, he was sent back to the institution in captivity.
I have prayed every night that he would escape.
What the hell did you do that for?
so my thing with this movie is, as I was watching it, I found myself questioning multiple times. Michael Myers isn't like Jason, right? Like he's just a guy,
He's just a guy. Oh my god.
right?
Cute Officer Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine being like, Vindication!
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 Okay, validation, because yes, he's just a fucking guy.
Because
I will
because
give you. It's a bit different in the first Halloween movie when she's like a teenager and he's killing
sure,
teenagers.
no,
It's
sure,
different then, okay?
in this one is supposed to be a sequel to the first original one, and in this one
Yes.
he's supposed to be like in his 60s, right?
Yes. Basically, this one, they
And
don't do
and
they
most
don't do
importantly, he's just a guy.
it's an alter. This one is basically an alternate Halloween 2. So it cuts off Halloween 2 and any of the sequels that happened after that. So yes,
So it's
so he's
according to this, it's 40 years after the initial killing
so
spree.
there's no Laurie Strode is secretly his baby sister thing. There's none of that. That's all gone. So he's just
So how old were they in the original one?
I think she's 16 or maybe yeah, in that age range. She's a teenager.
So if this was she would be like 56, which makes sense. That's about how old she appeared to be. But even then, at that point, I'd say she's too young to be a
It
grandmother.
it this is
But
Halloween is based on that urban legend of there's somebody in the house. You know the one where you phone your friend and it's a wrong number and they're in the house with you. It's based on that.
okay.
There's an episode of Freaky Stories that they made fun of it. The friend of a friend, that urban legend.
But the point is that he's just a guy.
He's just shoot him in the head.
So
Shoot him
so
in the head.
that's ultimately even okay. You constantly say that, but like let's for a second just take that option off the table.
Okay, shoot him in the stomach.
Kick him in the nuts, shoot him in the leg, do any number of stab him in the groin.
Okay, the reason why I keep saying it's
The,
not for
the,
all of the Halloween movies. Like in
like,
other Halloween movies, I'm like run him over with a car. In this one specifically, she has a dedicated room full of guns. Like one of the guns she has is a shotgun.
where okay, calm down. But where I get frustrated is okay, ignoring the characters for a second. The movie itself cannot decide whether he's superhuman or just a guy. Like
What I'm saying.
the filmmakers themselves removing the characters and the fact that she's a paranoid, like I don't think
And
schizophrenic
then
is the
just
right
blast him in
word,
the face with a
but
shotgun.
like but the Julie character is a Jamie Lee Curtis character is a paranoid woman who has like fences around, multiple cameras, lights. Like she has been preparing for this for 40 something years, and there's just a number of scenes where like she goes into like a dark room full of mannequins. She's following him and allowing him to dictate the she's too smart for this.
Right. Well, but
Like she
again,
should be going. She has a specialized underground bunker under her countertop. Go down there and wait for him to come to you and shoot him.
shoot him.
But then that's where the movie is frustrating because it's like she shoots him in the hand, which any human that's enough to just to stop
But
you.
there's a point in that movie where she corners him in this room full of guns, and she's on the other side of the cage. Take one of the shotguns, which doesn't require much aiming power, walk up to him and blast him in the face with a shotgun. If you're gonna sit there and be like, Justin, but guns miss, not when you blast him with a shotgun in his fucking face.
What I'm gonna say is, and this is where my frustration comes from, like because horror movie characters being stupid is a trope of horror movies. So her being too stupid not to do that, I tend to forgive because it's a horror movie. Let me finish. Let me finish. I tend to forgive because it's a horror movie character. Where I get frustrated is the knowledge that even if she did do that, he would just get back up and keep walking.
Right.
Because that's how the movie treats him. But he's human. So it's not like Freddy, or it's not like Jason, or it's not like any of those other ones where they're supernatural and can get up and keep moving. He got shot in the hand. His fingers are blown off. Like
right?
he's not doing any of the stuff that he does after that point. He's a 60-something-year-old man.
Right?
I don't care how much adrenaline you have pumping through your body.
You just had your hand blown off,
He had his hand blown off by a shotgun.
Like he's human. Like these movies go. This movie it's not all of the Halloween movies, but it's definitely this one that goes out of its way to make the point that he's just a guy.
They could have gotten past that. That's the thing that frustrates me with this movie is even keeping him human. They could have gotten past that because there's a point where the doctor has him, Michael Myers, and the granddaughter are in the backseat of the police cruiser after he kills the police officer. Yeah. The doctor could have like injected him with something that made him like super, not
or like
super
maybe
human,
don't
like,
give Laurie Strode a room full of guns and a bunker that could easily kill a 60-year-old man. Like that's the thing is she has too many guns. Like I know I keep going to guns, but guns are so effective in killing people.
Or like if there had been like a line that the doctor said where he was like, I only heard him speak once, and it was in the mental hospital when he sold his soul to the devil, or something that makes it believable that he can do all these things that he's doing.
That's because
this is really where the movie fell apart for me. And it was real early on. It was before any of this other stuff. How did the bus crash? I don't think they ever say how the bus crashed. Was it one of the other? Was it one of the other people? Was it like did he somehow magically break out of his chains because they would have had him deeply locked up? How did he get out? How did he escape? I don't think they say how he gets off the bus.
He's not even really that big. Like later versions of Michael make Michael Myers huge, but this version of Michael is not like a big guy. Like that, but that's the thing is this movie goes out of its way to tell you he's human. Okay, but this was my question. This movie very explicitly shows him choking out a child. Like for
So here in the Wikipedia, it just says the night of October 30th, as Michael is being transferred, the bus crashes and Michael escapes after murdering two people.
I feel like there's probably a deleted scene somewhere which explains how he disappeared. Like, but no. Here's my question for you.
That doesn't mean anything because that's not in the movie.
No, I don't know if there is or not, but I'm sure there. Anyway, here's my question for you, Jordan. The other reason why I chose this movie for you is because you made such a big deal of Art the Clown killing kids, and I was like, but you never actually see Art the Clown kill the kids. This movie, full bore. Michael Myers chokes out a child, and the scene is excruciatingly long. Like it goes on forever. How is this not worse?
It's not as gratuitous.
But it is though. It is equally as gratuitous. It's if anything, it's more gratuitous because you actually see him kill the kid, like full on kill the kid. Whereas Art the Clown, their line is you never see him kill the kid.
I think the difference is how do I put this into words? I think the difference for me, I should say, is um, entirely in how the character is portrayed. So in Art the Clown, even though we don't see him murder the kid, we know he does, and we know how he murders other people. So I, in my head, can fill in the blanks of how gleefully he would do it. Whereas, and maybe this is pedantic, I don't know. Michael is cold. He has
Yeah, I
no
don't know.
emotion.
To me, that makes it
It doesn't.
worse. That makes it so
It
much worse.
doesn't. It doesn't for me because it
Also, the
doesn't come
scene is
across.
so much
It doesn't come
worse.
across like he's enjoying it.
Like whereas with Art the
Like I
Clown,
guess I
it's
guess I
quick.
guess the best way for me to word it is he's in to me in this he's too much like Jason
Yeah, but Jason wouldn't kill
for
a
it,
kid. That's the difference. Jason
no,
wouldn't
but
kill a
I'm just
kid.
talking I'm talking in disposition though,
Yeah, no,
and the
I
way that he's
know.
portrayed. I don't know. It just doesn't bother me as much.
Oh, see, it bothered me so much worse because I'm like, at least in Terrifier, you and maybe it's because I watched this after Terrifier 3 and I was like, I watched that after I'd watched Terrifier 3 and I was like, yeah, this is you see that kid. It's so much more upsetting to me because you actually there's so many movies where you're like, yeah, you actually see the kid die. Like that's
I
so
don't
much.
know. I think it's because I've watched shows like The Walking Dead where they have kids as zombies who get shot in the head.
Yeah, no.
It
Like to
doesn't
me, Art the Clown, like in Terrifier 3, it's like sweet three swings and the this is so fucked up, but it's like three swings and that's it. Like it's a little squelchy, but there isn't it's
to
over
be
quick.
fair, to be fair, I don't know if under different circumstances
Play
that might
different.
not have bothered. Yeah, that well, I was
That's
gonna
where I'm
say that
like
might.
that's where I'm like
I'm like that might not have
I
bothered the
have
movie might not have bothered me as
I
much, but
I
it
know
did, and
I
I don't.
know I know you're like never again, but I really would be interested to see if like you watched it at home, what your if your opinion changed on that third Terrifier movie.
I don't think so because I think that experience has tainted it for me forever.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know because some of these
Oh,
movies you described this week sound more gnarly than Terrifier is.
yeah,
Sound
but
more gnarly.
they don't revel in it,
Also, I half
and
expected you.
the big difference of what
Mm,
made
yeah, it's just some of the
the
ones I
big
watched.
well we talked about this on stream last time, of what makes Terrifier different is so like for example the haunted house one, um
Also, to be fair, you weren't bothered by it until the
or
third one.
yeah, um when I think I just had too much,
Yeah,
um
too much cake at a certain point. It's,
but
it's gonna make you sick.
but a big difference between the Terrifier movies, versus a lot of the ones that I watched, not necessarily this one, but a lot of the ones that I watched, is the people that die in those movies are caricatures.
Yeah,
They're
but I don't think anyone who dies in
they're
this one
dumb.
deserves it though.
That's why I say not necessarily this one, but I'm just talking. You compared it to some of the other ones that I watched
Yeah,
this week.
they usually
They
the guys who
they
get it deserve it.
they
Usually,
fall well they're either because they're bad people or they're stupid,
yeah, yeah.
and so that's why those don't bother me, and they're also just cartoony,
That's the thing with
like
Terrifier is like some of the kills are fun because they deserve it. Like in Terrifier
yeah,
3, like I'm not gonna lie, watching the true crime girl get it, it's kind of satisfying because she's so insensitive to their feelings that you're like she kind of deserves it. So you're like, and just
and
it just true crime
part of
podcasts are kind of a scourge. So
part of why I'm going off of a year ago memory. I'd have to go back and actually watch the video of us talking, but part of from what I seem to remember of why the art Santa youngling scene bothered me, um, is because he didn't deserve. Not that anyone ever deserves to die, but you know what I mean. Where it's just
I just
it didn't
the
feel
kid
like
dying in this bothered me because he had such a little character arc. He stood up to his dad. You know, he was like, "No, Dad, I want to be an artist. I don't want to be a football player like you." And then yeah, I don't know. I think it was the context, but also I half expected you to be like, "There's so much other shit in this movie I
I.
hate that was
Well, I
bad."
was gonna say I have to be honest, and maybe this makes me a terrible person. I don't even really remember a kid dying in this one.
He dies in the beginning. It's basically it's after not Jason, not Freddy. Michael escapes. He's like the first people they kill. They're the first people he kills.
Oh, in the right in the car.
Yeah.
In the car. You don't really see much, not much more than you do with the art one.
No, you full bore see Michael like strangle him to death, like full bore strangle, and it holds on his face as Michael strangles him to death.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. It didn't affect me.
But also, like, he wasn't like a toddler, and that might also be the difference.
That is, yeah. Wasn't he like? Isn't he like 13?
10 or 11, something like that.
I think he's supposed to be like 13.
But he's a kid.
Old enough where he's not like 4.
It's also not bloody. But yeah, no, it holds on his face as he gets killed. It's pretty brutal. Jordan, is that it for Halloween?
It had a budget of 10 million. Can you guess? Woo!
It was very successful. They made 2 more movies.
Just from that reaction that I just gave you. Guess what the box office is.
I think like 50 million. The next one came out literally like the next year.
You think it's that small? Oh, Justin, it was 259.9 million.
It did well, is the point.
That's Halloween.
Hey, it's NCAR Justin here. Let me know down in the comments. Answer this question once and for all. Is Michael Myers just a guy? And if he's just a guy, why don't they just shoot him with one of the many guns they have in this movie? It's driving me crazy. But either way, let me know what you're thinking down in the comments. But in the meantime, if you'd like to see the full episode that this video is from, our Slasher Sunday, click the box on the left. If you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave us a like. That helps us out too. We will see you all in the next video.